Centers are popping up across the country as companies look to grow their capacity for AI. But concerns are also bubbling up, so much so that St. Charles has put a pause on them, and now St. Louis is considering the same. Our John Kipper is digging into the pros and cons as city leaders figure out what to do next.
I think they should try it, see how it goes.
As technology, especially artificial intelligence, grows, St. Louis resident Lamont Reynolds wants his city to at least look into allowing more data centers.
This is such an emerging technology.
Sociology professor at St. Louis University, Ness Sandoval, is researching data centers for a project and says while there are tax benefits and it would lead to short-term jobs, there is a lot of fear and uncertainty around them.
We don't know what the long-term benefits are.
Over off 11th and Olive, you can already find 2 data centers, Tier Point and Neutrality. And over in the old Armory lot, Green State Real Estate wants to spend $600 million. And one of their leaders told us earlier this year he's hoping to put a data center around there. Plus, consultant Christine Gombarda tells us an unnamed developer is considering one near the River City Casino in South City. And we already know in St. Charles, the city placed a 1-year moratorium on these centers to get a better handle on the issue after a public outcry.
The 1-year moratorium is at least a good start.
And in the city, head of the Planning Commission, Don Rowe, wrote last week, because of the city's outdated zoning code, the city either needs to quickly get regulations in place or do a pause while the city develops a full understanding of the issue and develops quality land use, environmental, and other regulations. Sandoval says these centers could help fill vacant buildings in the city.
If these centers don't get built, then the question is, well, what are you going to do with these buildings that are empty, that are being used?
And Gombarda says on the phone, tech jobs will likely follow any data center project, helping to revitalize neighborhoods.
If we find out 5 years from now that they are truly this epicenter of economic development and you see businesses around them develop, then the city would regret it.
Now, Sandoval adds data centers don't necessarily have to be built here in St. Louis or even Missouri, but they do need to be built somewhere in the United States.
It'll put the United States at a disadvantage.
Meanwhile, Mayor Kara Spencer says in a statement she is not seeking to ban them, but supports a pause, saying there are concerns about the environment and utility prices. In the city, John Kipper, First Alert 4.